What's up, guys? It's Jake with TN Tac Pack coming at you with another video, and today we are talking about 5 things you should know as a first-time gun owner. So my dad just came up to visit us for the first time in a while, and he had been telling me that he was looking at possibly getting his first firearm. He's not really ever been into guns that much, and he doesn't really have that much experience. So I thought this would be a great opportunity, providing you guys with 5 tips for someone starting out in your life with a firearm, as well as show you the decision-making process that my father went through as we were trying out different guns. So I'm hoping you find this video useful, and hopefully it'll provide someone you know who's interested in getting guns with some great advice, or maybe if you're getting into guns for the first time, maybe it'll help you starting out as well. Make sure you stick around to the end, because we will let you know which one he picked and give you the exact reasoning why he chose that particular gun. What is your experience with firearms in the past?
You know, son, I haven't had any experience at all, so this is my first go around.
All right, so top 5 tips for new gun owners. So number 1 is going to have to be choose a caliber that you are most comfortable with. Think about your home environment and your living arrangements. Do you live in an apartment, or do you have your own home? Maybe you live in some kind of like a condo where you share a wall or something like that. It's very important to keep that in mind, because it's going to be a factor when deciding what caliber is best for you. If you get something like a shotgun with burst shot, that's going to have a lot less penetration. Let's say you get something like a 45. Well, a 45 is going to go through a whole lot more, and it's going to definitely be a little bit more devastating for sheetrock and 2x4s and all that good stuff. Picking the caliber is going to be a huge important factor. You chose 9mm, right?
That's correct.
Why did you choose 9mm?
From what I've heard of it, you know, from friends who have guns. Okay.
And you wanted a pistol rather than like a shotgun or a rifle or something.
Right. That's because I want to be able to carry it in my car or around the house for security and all that.
And I think it's important to also note that, you know, you live in a house, you don't live like an apartment or a condo or anything like that.
That's correct.
Really, there's not an issue about penetrating through walls and possibly hurting someone. You just have yourself, your wife. If there were someone in your house, you wouldn't necessarily have to worry about it being someone that you were expecting or someone that was friendly.
That's correct.
So we have a few different pistols here today that we are going to give him a chance to try out, including this 9mm PCC. I thought it'd be really interesting to let a first-time gun owner try these out and just see how does he really feel, which one suits him the best. The second tip I would give to new gun owners is that you need to understand how to actually operate the firearm completely, as well as how to clean it and strip it. So what I mean is you need to know how to rack the slide. Now you still need to rack the slide.
This one?
Yep. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, please. There you go. All right. You need to be able to actually figure out what's wrong with it if you get some kind of jam while it's cycling or feeding or ejecting. And hey, whoa.
Yeah. Man.
Watch your thumb here.
Right.
That thumb,
I see.
This slide isn't pulled all the way forward.
Right.
Okay, now it's ready to go. Get your thumb out of the way, because that slide's going to come back and it's going to hit your thumb. It's going to hurt. Should match up with the top up there.
And do I point it to the bottom or the top of that?
At the very top edge of the black, of the what you see there, of the front sight. There you go. Knowing how to also be able to release the mag with the mag release, how to lock the slide back and keep it held back. All these things are very important for firearm ownership. That was down to the left. You're out. Initial thoughts?
I like it. I got it compared to the other ones. It didn't have a hard kick. It didn't feel uncomfortable at all.
What's next?
Let's go this one.
You want to go that one? Okay. Yeah. So that one is our Canik TP9 Elite Combat. Number 3 is going to have to be knowing your hand positioning on the firearm, so that not only you get the best accuracy, but also you don't accidentally injure yourself. For example, when me and my father were shooting, initially he did have his left hand thumb running up really high, and he was about to have that slide bite happen if I hadn't caught it in time. Now, that being said, obviously with more time, you're going to get more experience, and you're going to get a better understanding of where you like to place your hands, and you'll have sort of a preference over time and figure out what works best for you. That just takes practice. You hit that one. You hit that one. Again, initial thoughts.
It is excellent because I have a better grip on it, better control of it. So I feel like this may be better than the first one.
Awesome. Let's do this one next, because this is essentially a Glock 19, but it's got a red dot as well.
Okay.
and it's a little bit of a more economical option that you may enjoy. If you like that one,
Right.
you might do well with this one too.
I got you. Okay.
Okay.
Let's try that.
All right.
So I need to shoot the red dot, you're telling me?
Wherever the red dot is, that's where the bullet's going to be. Now, it might be off just a little bit. Essentially, it should be about an inch where that red dot is.
I'm not seeing it. I mean, I saw the red dot,
Yeah.
but the feel of this one is a little bit fatter than the other one, right?
Yeah.
The handle, right here, the width. The width is a little bit wider, but the other one was better grip than this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one with the other red dot?
This is a smoother grip. That one is a little bit rigid, but my hands goes around it real well.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fourth tip I would really have to give to someone that's looking to get into guns for the first time is you may want to consider starting off with something a little bit simpler. You don't have to get the latest and greatest new pistol in order to get into firearms. In fact, I would suggest maybe starting out with something a little bit more budget friendly, so that way you can just decide, do you really like firearms? Do you really like shooting at the range and stuff? Or is this going to be something that maybe you just buy once, you put it in a drawer by your bedside, and you don't really use or look at too often? Pull it up and to the right a little bit more. There you go. Good.
Let's see what we did.
You've got a lot of shots here.
Uh-huh.
You've got some hits here as well. So, I mean, if you can hit a pie plate
Right.
like that, then
Okay.
you can somebody.
Good. Okay. Hope we don't have to, but you
Yeah.
never know.
So really consider that and think about that when you're making a purchase, because honestly, there's no point in like getting a crazy setup like an expensive 2011 or something if you're not really going to be using it that often.
I like it. I like it. This would be my second favorite behind this one.
All right.
Yeah.
I would start off personally maybe with something basic, and then if you really enjoy it, then work your way up. Maybe try different firearms, different pistols, shotguns, rifles, so on, and decide for yourself then after that first handgun or whatever you get, is this right for you? And if it's not, hey, you know what? You didn't spend too much money on getting into it, so you could sell it to a gun store or just hang on to it and keep it in case of emergency, which I think you should probably do the latter anyways, because everyone, in my opinion at least, should own at least one firearm for home defense. You're getting it. Yeah, you're getting it. Look at that. You've got some more rounds. So that is,
I like it. So far, this would be my first choice, Jacob.
And that's the newest one that came out too.
Okay, good.
You did really good though. You got it all on the body there. Okay, and number 5 is going to have to be get lots of training, get lots of practice, go to the range. As you saw in this video, my father is like a brand new gun owner, right? Like he's never owned one before, he's never really shot one before. And you see there's a lot of little things here and there that he needs to work on and get better practice with in order to improve his shooting. Just simple things, even as like racking the slide, mag release, swapping out mags, all that good stuff. You gotta learn how to practice and learn how to use your firearm. So even if you buy just one firearm, go out and actually try it, actually use it at the range, and just get that feeling, get the feel for it. Feel for the recoil and figure out where your hands are best suited and all that good stuff that we've talked about. Because really, at the end of the day, you can own a firearm, but if you've not actually practiced with it, then under a stressful situation, you're not going to do too well. It may seem like you'll be okay, but your fine motor skills scientifically are known to actually drop, and you start resorting to muscle memory. That's why you have to train and you have to practice with your firearm.
Okay.
You're doing fine. Like, the point is, this is your first time shooting,
Right.
and you're getting body shots. That's what's really important.
Okay.
Most of the time, you're getting body shots.
Okay, good.
So
That's encouraging.
Don't get frustrated because you're not hitting a,
Target
like
in the middle.
a 6-inch plate, maybe 4 inches. I don't even know how big that is.
Right.
You're doing fine. So the last one I've got here for you today,
Is this one? Is
well, we've already shot that one.
yeah, we have is empty.
The last one
Just
we
a
got
shot.
is this baby right here.
All right. Let's
All
see
right.
what this is.
You don't need ear pro for this one.
You don't?
No, because this one right here, we have a suppressor on here.
Uh-huh.
Like you want to put your left hand right here.
Right. Uh-huh.
Don't grab that.
Right.
Grab the handguard.
Right.
And this is like my favorite one so far. We haven't done a review on this one yet on the channel. It's coming, but this is one of my favorite things to shoot right now.
And what's the name of it, you said?
This is the Brigade Arms.
Brigade Arms.
9mm PCC. We actually saw this last time you came up and we shot guns. We saw it at the gun store, and I ended up getting one similar to it online.
Look, how about
now with training, there's a lot of different things you can do. You can work on just kind of like lining up the sights to get a good sight picture and everything's even. You could work on just not flinching, figure out where you actually like to pull the trigger with your finger. Do you like to pull with maybe the pad of your finger? Maybe you prefer more on the inside, more on the tip. It's up to you.
I lost the red dot. Oh yes, I found it.
It's up to you what works best for you. Everyone's different. Everyone has their own style, and what works best for you may not work best for someone else. So just, again, figure out what works best for you and how you like to handle the firearm.
I hit it, my friend. I'm getting good at this one.
And definitely don't flinch. You know, the best strategy is when you're pulling the trigger on a firearm, you need to pull it like you're not expecting it to go off. That way you don't actually flinch, because flinching is actually what causes your aim to drop significantly. Again, it's a round.
Is it round? Okay.
Yeah, it's just the round's not good.
Okay. Let's go with the one in the ground one more time.
So you sat through the video and you saw all the tips that we gave on what we think new first-time gun owners should know. And I'm sure you're wondering just which of these my father decided to go with. Well, he ended up deciding to get the Canik TP9 SA because it was a full-size pistol, very simple for him, very easy, had a full-size grip, so he felt very comfortable shooting it. And honestly, it was a good budget-friendly pistol for him as well. He was going to go towards something like the Canik Rival with all the extra bells and whistles, but I felt like that wasn't really a good option for him because he would end up paying a lot more money for that and not really utilize it as much. Like, he wouldn't take advantage of all those different features and options and accessories that it comes with right out of the box. There you go. You're getting it. The TP9 SA, while it is an older model pistol, it's still, as you can see, a pretty awesome, pretty accurate firearm to have. He was going to go with the pistol caliber carbine 9mm. However, really thinking about it, this is something that he was planning on just carrying in his house or maybe in his car, and a large AR pistol like that may not be as easily accessible for him for those situations.
Jacob, I like this, Jake. Damn. This is really good.
I told you.
Yeah, this is really
It's
good.
one of my favorites.
This is really good. I mean, you don't miss a target with this one.
Yeah. Because he had a lot of trouble with finding the red dot on the Elite Combat and the PSA Dagger, and that was just going to be one more obstacle in his way in case he ever had to actually use this firearm. We just decided to stick with iron sights for self-defense. And I think that's really good advice for anyone getting into shooting. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, well, this is home defense. How come he didn't use Glock? How come he didn't choose the 26 or the 34? Or maybe get something like a Glock 19 like the PSA Dagger is essentially. He didn't really honestly like the feel. He didn't like really the blockiness of the 26 or the 34, so for him, he really enjoyed the feel of the Canik, the way it felt in his hands, so he decided to go with that. And also, it is significantly cheaper to get a Canik versus a Glock. Now, I know a lot of people like to trash Caniks because Turkey is known to put out some pretty crappy firearms, let's be honest, but the Canik brand has really turned out to be pretty awesome, and I explained all that to him as well, and he was definitely on board with it because it was cheaper, but also recently they've proven to really actually be a reliable company.
Son, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed it, guys. I think I'm going to get at it more.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video today. Remember, if you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Are you looking to get into firearms? What was your first gun? I'd love to hear from you. We will see you next time.
Wow.